Hi guys, Silverpaw Reads here, bringing you another chapter of Sontails Dreams Come True. Now before we get started, I just want to remind you to leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, and share the video around with your friends if you think they might want to listen to some cool fan fiction. Anyways, let's get started with Chapter 16, Sontails, the musical. There will be songs in this, but I won't be singing them because no one wants to hear that. If you want to sing them yourself, you can always go look at the fanfiction page and play the little song that it's, parodying and sing along with it there. Let's get started. Cubot, pass me that wrench, the doctor commanded, holding out his extended palm and waited impatiently until the weight of the metallic tool was pushed into his hand. His long, skinny fingers wrapped around it quicker than a phantom wraps his around the souls of his victims, and tightened the final bracket on the machine. It's finally done! Now with this machine, everyone will be infected by the melodic rhythm of music that they won't be able to contain themselves. Breakout dancing and musical numbers will occur, and everyone will be enthralled in the new fad, and they'll all flood to my new musical-themed park. I'll become rich! Eggman bellowed, holding his jostling gut as he laughed out loud. He knelt down and switched on the switch. The laser-like device began to boot up as a multitude of different toned, beeping sounds emanated from the device as it rumbled. Suddenly, a cylindrical, wavy green substance that was a mixture of plasma and other gases shot out from the barrel, flying through the sky and blanketed the town of the Mobian community. It was mixed in with the oxygen and nitrogen in the atmosphere and seeped into the sleeping creatures' bedrooms, and without knowing it, every citizen inhaled large quantities of the mysterious substance. The students all filed into school, smiles plastered on all of their faces as they were ready for the day ahead, all but Sonic and Tails, who unfortunately still had nightmares of the bloodshed and fire that plagued them all night. Song 1, This is Mobius. Boys and girls from the age of 5 were all shown how to live their lives. We all serve the great chaos in our land of Mobius. This is Mobius, this is Mobius. Teaching my students every day, this is Mobius, a town of serene and bliss. Something here isn't quite right, what it should seem. Amy, please don't make a scene. In our land of Mobius, happy's what I feel when he walks through the door, but they can't know for fear of war. So glad I know that he's all mine. With him by my side, I'll be just fine. This is Mobius, this is Mobius, 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 Mobius. In the school that we roam, I am the fastest as it's known. In this land filled with such beauty, T-Cal has made me feel so lucky. Romance in the air, loving without care. Yet for us there is no one we can trust. This is Mobius. There is numerous that won't adjust. It's just not fair. They're nationwide, they're allied on every side, governments control our mind. This air is always filled with romance. Everybody dance in our land of Mobius. I can't decide if it's wrong or right, why should I care what they do at night? Can't explain what's wrong in their brain, but this secret. I have much to gain. We're never gonna happen, got that right? I'll spill the beans if we continue this fight. This is Mobius, this is Mobius, 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 community just for us. Students gather if you please, school starts with a pop quiz. I refuse, I've an excuse. We can't win, it's no use. In this school I must admit I'm the fastest, not that blue hypocrite. Midnight Hedgehog, you've already said that, too bad it's both false and inaccurate. This is Mobius, never a dull day. Take it back, Fox, or you will pay. Lay off Tails, not his fault you fail, you're just jealous that you're too slow. This is Mobius, we are melodious, also harmonious. In this land we are proud, 'cause being gay isn't allowed. Sonic and Tails sigh. As the students were jumping, singing, and dancing through the checkerboarded halls of the school, finishing the strange musical number that seemed to erupt out of nowhere, Sonic and Tails slipped away, annoyed at big sudden intrusion on their school day. What's going on? Sonic asked. I've no idea. Something quite strange is going on here, Tails replied. All this singing has become infectious, so please don't continue to rhyme, Sonic shouted, the sudden breaking out of singing and dancing shattering his already shot nerves to the point where he thought the whole world was against him. I think there's some airborne disease that is affecting our enzymes, Tails pondered, placing his thumb and forefinger on his chin and cheek as he'd decipher what was happening to everybody. You did it a second time. Something is amiss and something is strange. Can't tell what, but something has changed. Blaze uttered, walking up to the duo and trying to discover what was happening to all of the students. Blaze, you couldn't have more horrible timing. No matter how hard we try, neither of us can stop rhyming. Just as the trio were conversing, Silver the Hedgehog rushed up to them, a big smile plastered on his face and delight sparkled in his eyes. Isn't all of this singing and dancing great? That is something that's up for debate, Shadow replied coldly. His sudden response startled everyone as they turned around to see the Midnight Hedgehog leaning against the nearby wall, arms folded over themselves. He was staring at his shoes, refusing to make eye contact with anybody. I don't think you losers understand why this is so wrong. You may want to try and hide, but secrets are always divulged in song. That makes no sense. It opposes all the known laws of physics, Tails protested to the Black-Red Hedgehog. We've been affected by a musical bug. Now we will let our inner thoughts out through lyrics. Sonic didn't need to hear any more. He grabbed Tails by the arm and without a word rushed him by, waving to his friends as the two dodged through the crowds of confused, singing teenagers and ducked into a nearby broom closet. Sonic, what's wrong? Why'd you do that to me? Tails asked, rubbing his sore arm as the two crouched behind the door, looking at one another. Seriously, Tails? Do you really not see? Sonic replied, but seeing the confusion in the young fox's eyes, he continued. While this strange thing is affecting us, we can't make ourselves shown. If we start singing and conversing with our friends, our secret will surely become known. Tails sighed, looking at the visible shakes that the hedgehog was displaying. Ever since the two witnessed their childhood friends be burnt at the stake simply for enjoying the company of the same gender, Sonic hadn't been himself. He seemed less confident, less sure of himself. This was surely different from the usual behavior displayed by the cocky Hedgie. Song 2, Forbidden Love. Lying awake with Sonic in my bedroom shouldn't be wrong. Thought I'd be shy, but now I'm feeling singing this love song. 'Cause he's so perfect, I've become an addict, but the rules are strict, it's forbidden. He is the one, my love spun in a web, they won't allow it. We are a team, but it seems, in my dreams, Cupid, I've been hit. We cannot let it show, relationship others cannot know. 'Cause if they found out, no, it's forbidden. 'Cause it's forbidden love. The sight, he's my knight. This feeling gives me such fright. He walks by and I alight, but then I turn white. He's bright and knows flight. I know for me he would fight. My plight with him's not quite right, but he doesn't bite. He has captured my whole heart, and also he is very smart. He's kind and sort of a sweetheart. He is the top of all of my charts. An angel from above, but it's forbidden love. He is the best, makes my heart beat out of my chest. When he walks by I get stressed, but also I feel blessed. This must be addressed, without him I'm depressed. I wouldn't have guessed that I'd be so obsessed. Look out, the others are coming. In the music interlude, their friends come looking for them and they have to hide so they don't get caught. His love, glad that I obtained. I love your big brain. How can I look past your beauty with your shoes and red as rubies and your eyes a sea of green emeralds? My love, my white glove, as innocent as a dove. That's why we can't tell Amy or she will kill me. My love's infective and also quite effective. Big the Cat is dangerous, so I'm protective. We are closer than brothers, blue and gold, our complementary colors. You are worth more than all my money. With you I'm so very happy. And just look at that body, Sonic. You're such a hottie. I really want your company, and never as my enemy. How did I get you? Must be dreaming. If you were, then I'd start screaming. This is like a living hell because you make my heart swell. I just wish that we could tell. Sadly, our love's forbidden. Others are near, wish it was clear. We are both queer and filled with fear. Forbidden love. Sonic and Tails drew into an intimate hug together after their song finished, sniffing in large quantities of each other's distinct scent, and leaned in close, preparing for a passionate makeout session, when the fire alarm snapped them out of their senses. Amy ran through the halls, searching for the cobalt hedgehog that she adored so much. She glanced through the small rectangular windows of each classroom, moving swiftly along when there was no sign of her. It wasn't until she felt a tap on her shoulder that she stopped her quest to find him. Before she knew who she was looking at, Blaze grabbed her arm and stormed into a nearby classroom, locking the door behind her. Blaze, what was that for? Why'd you lock the door? Amy chimed, sounding rather annoyed. You can't keep doing this to those two. It just isn't something that a friend would do, Blaze yelled in response. How can you say that? They're both gay. It's still love. Why should we see it any other way? Amy and Blaze's voices progressively got louder and louder as they began getting in a full-blown argument. Amy argued that if Sonic ever double-crossed her or doesn't do what she says, then she will tell everyone and get them both killed, whilst Blaze tried to defend the two, but the more she thought about it, the more unsure she became. You know what? Let me show you just what is going to happen if Sonic ever leaves me. Let's just say, he won't ever be free. Song 3, Take Them Down. I'm gonna take them down and take you down with them. I'm gonna take them all down, you're all dead. I'm gonna take you out and gonna protect them. I'm gonna take you out, stay away. I'm not about to let you win. Being gay is a crime, over before it begins. You three are out of time, won't let them be free since he's not on my side. Sonic likes him more than me, so I'll turn the tides. All of the times that I've been ignored when I should have been adored. So this can't stand for. Understand my threat, I can see you sweat. What can I say? I always get my way. I'm gonna tell the world they will not survive. Watch my might unfurl, no longer be alive. Talk a little too much for a girl that gets none. You haven't got the touch, not liked by anyone. Now that my mind is clear, I have a duty to my friends. They won't have to fear. Thanks for me, they won't meet their ends. Push my fist in your face. Amy, you're a disgrace. You should leave this place before it's too late, because this is fate. They'll be safe. I'll make sure they are fine. Your plan will not work. I'll watch your decline. Amy, you've gone berserk. Pressure's on. How you gonna stop me? Just you wait. They'll no longer be free. Blaze the cat. You and them are about to go down, 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 down. Pressure's on. I know that I can stop you. Just give up. There's so many things I'll do. Amy Rose the hoe. You're about to go down, 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 down. I'll take this to the top. Let Big sort all this out. Amy, you need to stop. Please take a roundabout. You should learn about love. Should detain it like a dove. Never taken away. I can't till this is all over, so we can't go back to before. Please, after this is all over, Tails will die, I'll make sure. What's this about? Girl, spit it out. All you listen. No, don't listen. This is juicy. No, it's boring. Wait till you see she's just lying. Stop avoiding. You should all know. What are you saying? During the end of the song, Silver, Knuckles, Shadow, Cream, and Tikal had all entered the room to see what was happening. After Cream sang her part, Blaze rushed over and pulled down the fire alarm, stopping Amy in her tracks before she said something she would later regret. Fire! Fire! The school's going up in flames! We better run outside to join the rest of the school out on the main! Blaze ushered her friends out and was happy when Amy was separated with them from the sea of hurrying students. After they realized it was a false alarm and the students began to file back into the hall, Shadow was the first person to rush back inside, trying his hardest to avoid the new song about a fire drill that the students had began singing. Shadow skulked through the desolate hallways, trying to ignore all the incessant singing and dancing that every kid in the whole school, including the teachers, seemed to partake in. To Shadow, they were all insufferable. Hey Shadow, have you seen Sonic? I really need him for a project. Silver the Hedgehog walked by. Shadow simply shrugged in response, not even bothering to make eye contact with the Hedgehog. Silver just ignored the moody Hedgie and hurried along, looking for the Sapphire Speedster. Hey Shadow, have you seen Sonic? I really need to talk to him, but I'm sorry you can't know the context. Blaze muttered to him. Something was clearly bothering her, and the Ebony Hedgehog wanted to help her out, but the fact that it was about Sonic made him sick to his very core, so he simply ignored the Violet Feline, who huffed angrily and scurried along, looking for the Sapphire Speedster. Hey Shadow, have you seen Sonic? I really need him to remind him about my new prospect, Amy said mysteriously, but hearing the cocky douchebag's name 3 times in a row simply pushed him over the deep end, and he stormed off down the corridor, completely pretending that the upset girl didn't even exist. The world circled around in his head, growing progressively louder and louder, taunting him. I really need him. I really need to talk to him. I really need to see him. They attacked his brain viciously. For a project, you can't know the context. My new prospect. It was always cryptic. He could never know what it was about. He was hardly ever talked to anymore since Sonic became the center of attention. Hey Shadow, have you seen Knuckles began, but was cut off instantly by Shadow, who began to scream at the top of his lungs, completely losing any of the remaining cool he left inside of him. I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog, you idiot. I haven't seen him, and that's it. I haven't seen that cocky dick in the classroom. I haven't seen that faker prick in the lunchroom. Whoa, calm down, bro. No Nagini's get so bent out of shape. Knuckles replied, his mouth agape. Everyone thinks he is quick, but he looks like a scrawny stick. He makes me sick, that lunatic. Yet somehow he gets all the chicks. Shadow was practically screaming now. Before he knew what had gotten a hold of him, he began to start singing his song out at the confused and bewildered Knuckles. Song 4, This Rivalry. Before you came along, I used to be so content, but since you showed your face, you couldn't help but torment. I used to be the fastest and get all of the awards, but when you took my title, I just became ignored. I keep trying every race, every attempt, but now everyone stares at me with contempt. My name's Shadow and I should be the best. My name is Shadow, better than all the rest. Wish I could turn back time to before Sonic, but he's fractured my life to the point where it's tectonic. Wish I could go back when I was the best decidedly, but since he's shown up, he's created this dumb rivalry. This rivalry. I will never surrender to the might that it is. For me, it is forsaken sufferance, but for him, it's bliss. Sonic's an undertaker, faker. Forsake, he's made a great snake, but he's given me an intake of headaches. People say we're brothers because we all have the same shape, same quills, same frame, but we couldn't act further from each other. But it reminds me of a dream like Halloween, not quite what it seems, and it makes me want to scream. My name is Shadow and I should be the best. My name is Shadow, better than all the rest. Wish I could turn back time to before Sonic, but he's fractured my life to the point where it's tectonic. Wish I could go back when I was the best decidedly, but since he showed up, he's created this dumb rivalry. I used to be so wise, get the prize as I rise, watch in my enemies' eyes as they cry while I fly in the skies, had allies, but now they're laughing in my face, saying, Shadow, you're a disgrace, damn. Wish I could turn back time to before Sonic, but he's fractured my life to the point where it's tectonic. Wish I could go back when I was the best decidedly, but since he's shown up, he's created this dumb rivalry. Continuously was the best easily, frequently, gleefully, speedily, unbelievably. Continuously was the best easily, frequently, gleefully, speedily, unbelievably. Saying, Shadow, you are a disgrace. Damn. Shadow just sulked loudly when he realized that Knuckles had left to go find Sonic in the middle of his song. Just my luck, Shadow muttered angrily, the pure hatred of the Cobalt Hedgehog growing stronger. Sonic sucks. After the alarm was called, a false alarm, and the students continued to file back into the school, Sonic picked up Tails and rushed him back into the janitor's closet where they began, wanting to be alone for a little longer before they had to go back to class. Unfortunately, a certain pink hedgehog just caught sight of a blue hand closing the door shut behind him. Sonic, are you in there? I want you here with me, because I'll tell everyone your secret unless I'm kept happy. Amy blurted out loudly, causing a few curious heads to turn and ponder at her cryptic words before shrugging it off, just assuming that it was crazy Amy's obsession over the hedgie, and moved on with their day. Tails, stay in here. I'll be back soon. I'll have to go deal with Amy, that crazy loon. Sonic sighed, slipping out of the room and getting crushed by the tight embrace of the pink hedgehog. Before he could protest any more, Amy gripped his wrist and pulled him into the classroom adjacent to the room. Amy, what do you want? Stop holding the secret over me, Sonic yelled when the wooden door slammed closed between the two, knowing that nobody could hear their conversation. Sonic, you don't deserve any sympathy or empathy, she retorted. Now you better do everything I say. You can't keep treating me this way, Sonic moaned loudly, knowing full that there was nothing he could do to get out of this predicament. If he ever made Amy mad, she would tell everybody his secret, and he would no longer be allowed in the community, or even be alive at all. Oh, can't I? Let me just give you a couple reasons why. Amy laughed, clearing her throat, as she began to sing. Song 5, Dear Cobalt Hedgehog. Dear Cobalt Hedgehog, here's a list of things you must do. You don't want me to spill your secrets and oust you. Take me out to lunch, and we're back from brunch. But don't you loudly crunch, or your secret won't expunge. 'Cause if you treat me wrong, you won't be here for long, fleeing out of town away from the crowd. You've got someone to love? Well, that person's me now. 'Cause if it's not, then people will find out you're gay somehow. You'll better do what's said. You stay over in my bed, or you'll be dead, no tears will be shed, hey. You gotta know that there's no defeating Blackmail. If you try, then you'll just fail. You'll ruin the life of Tails, and we wouldn't want that, would we? Dear Cobalt Hedgehog, here's a list of things you must do if you don't want me to spill your secret and oust you, 'cause you know that I will. Dear Cobalt Hedgehog, I'm in control of your emotions. Obey or you'll be tied up and thrown in the ocean, 'cause you'll be killed. Don't be so glum and stop acting dumb, or you'll become public enemy #1 and I might let you be, or you'll never be free. Listen to me and don't disagree. You gotta know how to do everything I say and start doing things my way, or else you will pay, and I'm not talking about with money. Dear Cobalt Hedgehog, here's a list of things you must do if you don't want me to spill your secret and oust you, 'cause you know that I will. Make time for me, don't leave me lonely, or your family won't be the only ones with knives, 'cause you'll be killed. Abscond to all my flaws and stay tolerant, sing me a ballet every night and act gallant, and don't make me displeased, make sure I am appeased, let's make it clear I'm your puppeteer. You gotta know how to show the right intention and ask me the correct question, and break up with Tails, that's part of the condition. Dear Cobalt Hedgehog, here's a list of things you must do if you don't want me to spill your secret and oust you. Dear Cobalt Hedgehog, there's no defeating Blackmail. If you try with Tails, then you will both fail, 'cause you will be killed. Amy Rose, will you go out with me? Sonic sighed, defeated as he gave in to her demands and asked her out at the finale of the song. Little did he know that a certain yellow fox had decided to venture out of the janitor's closet after assuming the coast was clear and had waited enough time for it to not seem suspicious, and peered inside the classroom just as the conclusion of the song. Tails rushed through the hall, determined to stop the tears from flowing, knowing that crying wouldn't solve anything. He thought that the singing wouldn't be a problem. He should have listened to Sonic's warning and gone away like his Sapphire Crush had said. Deepest secrets would be let out through song. If that were the case, then why was Sonic singing about Amy, asking Amy out? Tails knew why, but he didn't want to believe it. How could Sonic abandon him like that? I shouldn't have let him in, Tails thought. My situation should have been win-win, came his retort. I feel so horrid and useless, he cried. Sonic is just so compassionless, Tails lied. His anger was getting the better of him. Clouding his better judgment, Tails punched his hand into the locker as hard as he could, trying to dispel the pain he was feeling through brute force, but instead of leaving him and being absorbed by the cold metal, he was just filled with pain of a different variety too. Tails slumped to the floor, letting his newfound depression fill him completely. He knew that he should have never fallen in love with Sonic, but he couldn't help it. Now that he heard his inner song of his love, he knew the truth, and the monster inside of him began to break free. Tails could feel this evil entity inside of him thrive off his turmoil, sadness, depression, anger, fear, hate growing with each new feeling. He was overcome. He couldn't talk, feel, or breathe. It was like his lungs were filling up with water, like he was drowning. Song 6, I Won't Drown. I thought that I'd put it behind me, but I've discovered I'll never be free. I've told the righteous never panicked. But I feel I'm alone on this planet. But am I losing my mind? I really think so. Want to put it behind, but no one knows. Is that I've tried to contain it, but I can't explain it. Affecting my brain, it's worse than a cocaine addiction. I'm becoming a monster, losing all self-control. Try stay afloat in need of a boat. I'm sinking down. I'm becoming a monster alone with my soul. I'm incomplete. I sink deep and weep. So let me drown to escape from this nightmare. Wait, I just can't abandon. No, don't wallow in pity, just gotta keep moving on to tranquility. The future is unknown and can be scary. They will be shown, won't give up easily. Breaking through the surface, saying, I won't give in to this side of me. Fighting a monster, taking back self-control. I'll sail you afloat, climbing on a boat, not sinking down. I'm fighting a monster, I'm taking back my soul. I'm incomplete, won't admit defeat. No, I won't drown, conquering this nightmare. Swimming to the shore, I am taking my life back, letting go of fear. This is my time to attack. If I could go back in time, then I could convince myself that everything will be just fine. Because it's all been said and done, let's move on. The past is unchangeable. When my mind finished being so negative, I find out I become adaptable. I've defeated a monster. I took back self-control. I stayed afloat. I don't need a boat. I didn't drown. I defeated a monster. I took back self-control. I didn't drown. I defeated a monster, I'm alive with a soul. Now I'm complete, no need to repeat inner demons, because I conquered my nightmare, and now I'm a debonair. Tails, with newfound enthusiasm and knowledge of the fact that this has only made him stronger as a person, and that he no longer needs Sonic anymore, raced off to his next class with a skip in his step, and not just because of the musical device. Knuckles walked away from Shadow, still slightly confused by the strange musical outburst that he had just bared witness to. It was strange having everybody break out into song and dance. Knuckles tried to figure out why this was happening, but his brain started to ache from trying so hard, so he just shrugged it off and kept walking. He held his head up high, marching down the corridor until he noticed a flyer posted to the wall in the corner of his eye. "What is this shite? This isn't right," Knuckles yelled angrily, pulling the poster off the wall. It was a condescending little advertisement, detailing just how much of an idiot Knuckles was. There was posted a picture of him in the middle with quotes surrounding him, documenting the many dumb and idiotic things that had escaped his mouth over the months and years. He didn't know many things. He didn't know where this poster came from, he didn't know what kind of person would do this to him, and he didn't know how to fix it. However, one thing he did know is that he had to get to the bottom of this. "Hey Knuckles, how's it going?" Takal, the orange female echidna, called out as she raced over to hug her boyfriend. "Horrible, can you believe this poster? Whoever made this is obviously lying." Takal read over the flyer, letting out small giggles escape her lips as she read the words. "How could you be laughing at me? This isn't funny, don't you see?" Knuckles retorted, annoyed. "Don't be sad, this isn't so bad. Whoever made this is just having a little fun. Who cares if you're a little dumb, you'll always be my number one." Tikal moved forward to plant a kiss on Knuckles' cheek when he pulled away, frustrated by how his girlfriend wasn't taking his side. "Hey, I'm not dumb, I'm smart, I'll prove everybody wrong." "And how will you do that?" Tikal asked. "By singing my new song." Song 7, I'm Not Dumb. "I'm not dumb, I'm smarter than the rest of them, the best of them, brighter than tails, but why do I fail? My routine is getting stale, yet I'm strong, not frail, as tough as nails, so why am I stupid? Nothing in my brain is properly computed, yet I concluded that this is the reason I'm secluded and often excluded. My stupidity's the thing that fuels me, sparks my ego, it needs to be gone, often taken advantage of, I'll no longer be a pawn. I won't be the only one tonight seeing red, diss me on my intellect and you'll end up dead. Told all my life I have a duty and I won't be swayed by scrutiny. I'm fighting my own mission, working so hard I deserve commission. I won't be the only one tonight seeing red, diss on my intellect and you'll be dead. Throughout my life there's always been a stigma, revolving around the intelligence of echidnas. We seem straightforward, but we're an enigma, smart or dumb, weak or tough, it's a dilemma. Not dumb, I'm smarter than the rest. Call me deluded, but unlike Sonic, I'm elusive, it's undisputed. I am not average, I'm savage with damage. You need a vantage point to see the carnage I manage. Unlike the Spanish, I establish my dominance, and I brandish my knowledge of our providence. I have no time for my friends' defiance. My brain tells me the only solution's violence. While they all have deep-seated dependence, I'm capable of extreme vehemence. I won't be the only one tonight seeing red. Diss me on my intellect, and you'll be dead. Throughout my life, there's always been stigma, revolving around the intelligence of echidnas. We seem straightforward, but we're an enigma. Smart or dumb, weak or tough, it's a dilemma. I won't be frightened, I'll show them I'm all smart, but I just don't know where I'm to start. Should I shed my idiot persona? Hey, that was a fun game. Wait, what was I singing about? Dumbest kid in school, it's the hypothesis, but I'll prove I'm not by doing some reconnaissance. Anonymous hippopotamus deep in a sarcophagus is synonymous with monotonous metropolis. The populace is promising with fraudulent documents that are ominously dominating. An autonomous esophagus will increase the tolerance of electrolysis with antioxidants, boosting confidence in consciousness. So I'm proud that you knew so many words, but how was that reconnaissance, honey? Takal asked. Because if I showed everyone that I could do a complicated rap, I wouldn't be called stupid anymore, babe. Knuckles replied. It's because an idiot wouldn't even know those words, Knuckles concluded. Do you know what any of them mean? Takal intruded. I don't have to, because I love you. Knuckles smiled. I love you too. Takal laughed, giving up on trying to convince Knuckles that his song made no sense, and just leant in for another kiss, to which her boyfriend happily accepted. Tails, you're here! I've been looking for you everywhere, Sonic cheered, grabbing the back of Tails' shoulder and spinning around to face him. Whatever, leave me alone, Sonic, I have other things to do. Tails jeered, not wanting to even see the blue speedster at this point. He just wanted to move on completely. However, if there's one thing Sonic is, it's persistent. It was one of the many things that Tails was used to, and honestly still did find so endearing about him. Tails, wait, what has you so riled up and angry? Sonic asked with a cry. Oh, so we're just gonna pretend that you didn't just sing a love ballad that ended with you asking for a date with Amy? Tails yelled in reply. I didn't sing to her at all. She's blackmailing us because she knew our secret, and if I didn't ask her out and do everything she said, it would lead to our downfall. Sonic retorted with a feeling of dread. What do you mean Amy knew about her secret? How could you not tell me about this new development? Tails shouted as he turned around and fled. It's because only Blaze knew, he interrupted. How could you not tell me that my second best friend knew too? Tails cried, thinking his relationships were corrupted. I don't need you anymore. We're through. We're overdone. Don't you dare say that, Tails. You better get back here before I finish counting down from 3 to 1, Sonic yelled, trying his hardest to hold back the relentless tears. Tails kept running, not paying attention to the loud footsteps and the flustered hedgehog that he heard scurrying behind him. Song 8. So What? I can't believe he said that. Who does he think he is? But I've moved on for that life. I don't care what he says. Nope. I've got a brand new attitude. My happiness has improved. Gotta stop thinking in absolutes. My state of mind is renewed. No, I don't have to hide, dispelling the fear deep inside. So what? My name is Tails, and I have a brain the size of whales. Guess what? I will prevail, not going to jail. I'm going to show them all. I'm not small, I won't fall. You're just a hedgehog. So what? I'm a genius, and if I'm knocked down, I'll be back up like a phoenix. Sonic rushes up to him, confronting him during the chorus and spinning around the fox to face him. Ouch, what was that for? I tried to give you a heart-to-heart. You don't want to listen. You said I tore your whole world apart and I'll never be forgiven. You think I'm under Amy's spell? Literally, what the hell? I'm gonna give her a piece of my mind. She's made it personal. I better be careful. I'm walking on eggshells. But so what? I'm still awesome. Better take caution because I rocked the stage. Now I broke out of my cage, utilized my rage. So you better disengage. Now I'm free, it's just me and you're just a fox. But I don't mean to boast, but I'm a rich roast. And you're just burnt toast. I needed you, I know you knew, but you're with her, it isn't fair. I closed my eyes, gave you my trust, heart didn't rise, it was left in the dust. But so what? My name is Tails. I have a brain the size of whales. Guess what? I will prevail, not going to jail. I'm going to show them all I'm not small, I won't fail. You're just a hedgehog. So what? Do you want to fight? Well, that isn't right, because I'll beat you any night. Tails storms off. No. Why did I say that? I wasn't fair. I'm such an idiot. Not alright. I'm not fine. Wish I'd turn back time, but so what? I'm still awesome. He should take caution. But it's not the same without him. I better make this right. Sonic slumped to his knees for what seemed like the 1000th time that week, allowing the tears that had been threatening to spill out of his eyes for all this time to finally be free. Blaze sat alone on the bench, waving away her friends or classmates who tried to sit near her to cheer her up. Even Silver, who had tried to console her as much as he could, bringing her a cold, frosty slushie in hopes of seeing a smile appear on her face, but was still tossed aside. I'm sorry, Silver. I just want to think about some things, and I'd like to be left alone. There's some things I need to figure out on my head and my own. No problem, sweetie. I don't want to be a parasite. I just want to make sure that everything's all right. Silver smiled, giving her a warming hug before he did as she wished and left her to ponder the predicament. She took what Amy said to heart. Deep down she knew the pink hedgehog was right. She knew that defending those two was not what she should be doing. She knew it was wrong, but part of her was still nagging, like a bird stuck inside a house that refused to leave, no matter how hard one tries. Blaze sighed audibly, smacking her head against the side of the bench, trying to rack her thoughts to come up with a concise answer or a reason for choosing one side or the other, instead of being stuck in this hell of emotions. I just want an answer or solution without a melody, something to light a bulb in my head and get me out of this purgatory, she whined. I wish I could think clearly without this strange force creating these annoying lyrics. It's causing my brain to do somersaults and driving me to hysterics, she complained. I don't know if I can hold out much more. I'm surprised I've lasted this long. Maybe my only solution will come in the form of a heartfelt song, she finally admitted to herself as she let the invisible waves of the machine catch her, sweeping her out into a sea of music. Song 9, Torn in Two. They say love comes in different ways, but I'm stuck between days cause it's about gays. Unsure as an observer, but I can't endure this secret of yours. But why should I have to hide? Is it wrong for them to make love inside? I hate to divulge their secret to the crowd, but what they do together just isn't allowed. My heart says leave them be, but my brain says tell the world. I hate this feud inside of me. Feels like my soul is torn in two, and I do not know what I should do. This is torture, I swear. This is guilt I cannot bear. They should be killed, but half of me just disagrees. It is still love. Chaos, this choice is not easy. There's only confusion, but those two are in delusion. Their love fantasy is a catastrophe. The community is their worst enemy. I hate to have to divulge their secret to the crowd, but what they do just isn't allowed. My heart says leave them be, but my brain says tell the world. I hate this feud inside of me, and I do not know what I should do. This is torture, I swear. This guilt I cannot bear. They should be killed, but half of me just disagrees. I heard on the phone, Tails, he was moaning. He should be shown that he isn't alone. Those two can share a tombstone once they're dead. Blaze, what's going on in your head? I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's something my friend shouldn't have to face. Been taught from a young age, gay love is sacrilege. Inside me fights wage, and I'm stuck inside a cage. It feels like my soul is torn in two, and I do not know what I should do. This is torture, I swear. This guilt I cannot bear. Inside me fights wage. So when will this battle end? I have decided I'll stick with my friends to the end. She looked up proudly, acknowledging the decision that she had decided when she gave into the rhythm and accepted what her true desires had alluded to her through song. I will protect Amy, and I I will protect them and I won't let Amy get to them. Sonic dragged his feet along the paved sidewalk. His head hung low before he knew what they were doing. He looked up to see the familiar doorway in which he waited outside in the freezing snow not months prior. He decided to bend down and pick up a small pebble that lay next to the freshly planted flower bed. The small multicolored tulips were just beginning to bulb as Sonic brushed his hand lightly past them in search of a stone. He decided on one that would do the trick and picked it up in the palm of his hand, throwing it up and down a few times to test the weight and aerodynamics of it before hurling it lightly at the window. It hit its mark with a small clink noise. Sonic's eyes waited, fixed on the small window pane before he noticed the silhouette of a small fox peer out before, shutting the curtain swiftly behind him. Sonic sighed in disappointment, turning around and began to walk back down to the entrance the way as he did that. Suddenly, the front door swung open slowly, revealing the golden fox that Sonic adored so much. "Sonic, what do you want? I'm not in the mood." "Tails, forgive me for being so rude. I don't mean to disturb you. But this can't wait. What I did to you today was truly unforgivable and much less than great. I know now that I handled the situation poorly, and for that I'm sorry. But I don't want to be your enemy. I don't want you to hate me." Tails sighed. The sight of the one he once loved standing before him, clearly broken-hearted, was too much to bear, but he couldn't let this deter him. He was done with letting Sonic manipulate his feelings with his sweet words and lovely nothings. "Sonic, I'm sorry, but I can't keep living this fantasy. I can't keep thinking of you as my necessity. I used to be so sad without you in my life, but after today, I see that it'll lead to nothing but strife. Goodbye, Sonic, this is where we part. Just know that you'll always have a special place in my heart." A small single tear slipped down his cheek as he said those final words, falling to the floor as he began to close the door. "Wait," Sonic yelled, shoving his hand in the doorway. "There's something I need to say. Just please, Tail, humor me for one last time today." "Fine. One last time. This is your last chance to say something to me while we are together, because after this we can never see each other, ever." Sonic gulped, the harsh reality and pain behind the fox's words displaying more emotion than words ever could. He knew he hurt the fox. He knew he hurt him real bad. But he wished more than anything that Tails wouldn't stay mad. Tails' actions spoke much louder than words, and Sonic knew that there was nothing he could say that would ever make it up to the fox. He decided simply to take a deep breath and let his true feelings flow from his heart. Song 10, Stars Before Reasons. If I had the chance to go back and reverse time, I wouldn't commit the crime of letting you slip away. With you I sleep so carefree, filled with safety, but I made a big mistake, now alone I lie awake. Now that you're gone, I just don't know, my love's a rose that needs to grow. Made your mark with the spark, why do I stand by and watch you go? Going out at night, looking up at the sky, matching all the stars to a reason why. You fill me with a warming feeling. I'd run out of stars before reasons. I shouldn't have said those nasty lies. Saw the hurt behind your eyes. I can't help but hear your pleas over my cries. And now I'm the one you despise. My love for you I tried so hard to contain. Didn't listen, just complained. I can't escape this pain. I know the road to fix this won't be easy, but I can't shake the good times from the reaches of my memory. She was filled with jealousy, but now I only want you here with me. Made your mark with the spark, but why'd I stand by watching you go? Going out at night, looking at the sky, matching all the stars to a reason why. You fill me with a warming feeling. I'd run out of stars before reasons. I shouldn't have said those nasty lies. I saw the hurt behind your eyes. I can't hear your pleas over my cries, but now I'm the one that you despise. Going out at night, looking at the sky, matching all the stars to a reason why. You fill me with a warming feeling. I've run out of stars before reasons. Going out at night, looking at the sky, you fill me with a warming feeling. I shouldn't have said those nasty lies. I saw the hurt behind your eyes. But now I am the one that you despise. Tails said nothing. Sonic waited, his heart falling further and further into the pit of his stomach as he watched Tails remain static. He wasn't expecting much. Maybe Tails to yell. Maybe Tails to tell him what a horrible friend he was and slam the door in his face. Maybe anything at all, but Tails was doing nothing, and it was the worst possible thing he could do. Please, buddy, say something, anything. Yell, scream, cry, or slam the door in my face. Punch me, kick me, berate me with words, and show me why I'm such a disgrace. Just please don't keep standing there without saying a word, as it's leaving the deepest of scars. Tails opened his mouth and simply said one phrase instantly. Sonic's spirits lifted. I thought you compared the reasons why you love me to snowflakes, not stars. Sonic rushed up to the little fox and wrapped his arms around the small, weak frame as tight as he could, restricting the oxygen flow to his lungs in the process. Would you like to come in, or are you just going to stand there outside my door? Yes, I would. I don't think I could have lasted without you much more. Sonic's spirits were immediately filled to the brim with happiness, love, and relief. As Tails led Sonic up to his room, the two fell onto the bed, smiling warmly at each other. This flurry of emotions inside of Sonic made something in his brain click. He realized more than anything what he wanted to, no, needed to do. This couldn't wait any longer. Tails, Sonic began, I've realized there is something that I want more than anything else right now, but I'm too afraid to ask. Sonic, I know that you're the most brave and strongest person I know who can accomplish any task. With me, you should feel safe and secure, no matter how hard something might be for you. When we're together, we can always endure. The smile on Sonic's face grew wider and wider, threatening to fall right off, leaving nothing. If the size was equated by amounts of helium, the balloon that would be filled by this would have escaped the stratosphere by that moment. Sonic couldn't contain it anymore and immediately broke into another song, with Tails happy to join with him. Song 11, Nothing I Would Change. I threw a couple of stones straight at your window pane. My love was finally shown in the sleet, snow, and rain. My heart began to swell. I loved you, I could tell. They think we should burn in hell, 'cause on consequences we shouldn't dwell. I never meant to fall in love, 'cause we were taken advantage of by Amy. I could never meant to start at all. I couldn't keep my love in control, but what we've got to stick together. We're shrouded in the darkest secret forever. If I could do it all again, there's nothing I would do, no, nothing I would ever change. You're good at construction, putting up with all your walls, but I would break them down all without hesitation. You're so sentimental, thought I was so mental, but this was experimental. Unfortunately, they are judgmental, but what we shared wasn't accidental. I thought it was smart, but they did. Then why did I take the part and start this whole mess? Common sense is useless if I could do it all again. There is nothing I would do, no, nothing I would ever change. But I know we could show them and change all their minds, show the flaws, make new laws for all animal kind, and aligned us combined can create a new place we wouldn't have to hide in disgrace. Tails, I love you, and you love me too, so just say I do, and make love to me. Sonic, I love you, and you love me too, so I'll say I do. We're never meant to fall in love because we're taken advantage of. We're never meant to start at all, couldn't keep our love in control. But we've got to stick together. We're shrouded in the darkest secret forever. If we could do it all again, there is nothing we would do nothing that we could ever change. It was at that moment in the small second-story bedroom that history was made, an act of true love that transcended all barriers and proved, if not to the other community, then just to the two boys, that it didn't matter what gender they were. True love is a special and sacred bond shared between true individuals. There they lay, after sanctifying their devotion to each other, resting in each other's warm embrace as the sun sank into the city. Although the world they lived in would never accept them, and Amy would never let rest until Sonic was either hers or they were both dead. At that exact moment, both felt complete inner peace. Song 12, Mobius. Can you feel love falling from above? Oh, I had the time of my life. Yeah. Do you feel free when you're alone with me? Oh, we're not free of this strife. Yeah. But I found my soulmate. He's worth all the pain. I think it must have been fate that made us both go insane. Mobius, best community might I mention. Mobius, I'm best, no competition. Mobius, Sonic is my one obsession. Mobius, I have a deep confession. Whoa, yeah. Can you believe that we got so lucky? Yeah, and nobody else will know. But if you make one mistake, you'll burn at the stake. Am I becoming crazy? Now I'm my worst enemy. Tails gave me depression. This is Mobius in the land we trust. We're in need of some need. Hard to hide this. In my head, we are dead if we can't hide this. We need to hide this. I can't conceal this. Mobius, better start showing affection. Mobius, that blue bird's an infection. Mobius, looking at our own reflection. Mobius, what do I do with this information? Mobius, I just need his attention. Mobius, just make a good impression. Mobius, hard to resist temptation. Mobius, wasn't my original intention. Mobius, it's a land of bliss. Mobius, give me just one last kiss. Sonic and Tails shared one final kiss together as the lights went out. They think their love will last forever, but Blaze has her doubts, and this is the part of their land of Mobius in which her tale ends. But if they learnt one thing throughout this, it's that they will always be best friends. Eggman, the machine is overheating. They're doing too much singing. No one visited my musical land. Now I'm really mad. As he finished his own song, the machine burst into flames as the flashes of red, orange, and yellow embers spurting from the fire illuminated the area. Dr. Eggman sat alone, watching the screens that he placed around his park, noticing that not a single person had entered that day. It appeared that his machine, although causing everyone to spontaneously jump into choreographed and rehearsed musical numbers that you would see in a Disney movie, didn't generate any new customers to his musical theme park. They were all too busy figuring out how to stop the singing, and they had no time to actually enjoy it. Maybe I'll have better luck next year, he sighed to himself, switching off the screens as he made his way to bed. The end. At least of the musical episode, that is. Anyways, that was a super long chapter. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope you guys have a great day.